The Evergreen Media Network Studio, powered by Scott Tree Services.
Hey, welcome back to Classic Car Radio. I'm Keith McDonald. Once again, I'm here with Mike Corrado, Steve Charbonneau, and Todd Byron. Welcome back, guys.
Hey.
So, I got two more news stories. There was a news story this week in Hemmings. And Mike, this, you were just talking about being at that place in Kentucky,
yeah,
with all the Pontiac engines and stuff. And this is a story about the Ram Air V and the mythical Pontiac engine that could have rewritten muscle car history. This is an amazing round port. A round port design that Pontiac came out with for that Ram Air V. But what happened was when Ram Air V came out in '69, they just were like already starting to wind down the muscle car era, and they were starting to say, okay, we can't do the Ram Air V because in 1970 it's going to be the last year where we really have high compression and all. We really don't need to be beefing these cars up any higher. So they had the Ram Air V. And what happened was, and this is from my book, and I'm sorry I had to bring up the book.
Oh, boy.
But listen to this. What happened was they had a bunch of Ram Air V heads at Royal Oak Pontiac, where Milt Chernak worked as a mechanic. And the word came down from Pontiac, get rid of those heads. They were throwing Ram Air V heads into the dumpster.
Oh, really?
And somehow, Milt ended up with 4 Ram Air 4 heads. And he had a coffee brown 69 GTO with Ram Air 4. Mm-hmm. And there's another one that's 69 crystal turquoise, it's called. And that one is also Ram Air. It's not a Judge, but it's Ram Air 4. These are the only 2 existing Ram Air 4, but they're not original. They are the only ones that came with factory Ram Air 4 heads.
Gotcha.
And so it's a very interesting story because Pontiac sent the word down for all these dealerships, get rid of those heads, don't put them on cars, don't do anything. You're not allowed to do that. But somehow 2 of those cars, both in the Detroit area, both north of Detroit, I should say, got out. So there are 2 existing ones. Nice. And I met the other guy too, but I forget his name off the top of my head.
Gary?
But when I was out, Gary. But I was out at... I was out in 2004 for the 40th anniversary of the GTO, and they had they had that 69 there. Both 69s were there, in fact.
Right.
And then one guy from, South Carolina, I think, not Kentucky.
Not Kentucky.
He bought the coffee brown one.
Nice.
And that went off to South Carolina. He was a nice guy. But I also met the other guy, very nice guy, who had the crystal turquoise one as well. Anyway, the Ram Air 4, I didn't catch any horsepower ratings on them or anything, but when I looked at the article, I couldn't find anything. But anyway, it's quite an article. If you're a Pontiac guy, you'd like it more. None of you guys would like it, obviously.
Right.
So anyway, there you go. There's your Ram Air 5 story for you, Pontiac. Well, for all 3 of you Pontiac guys out there.
Yeah, we're all Pontiac guys right here.
Not here. All right. One more story. The Florida Highway Patrol really does use stealthy semi trucks for traffic stops. So what they did was they painted semi trucks the same color as the Highway Patrol, black with the gold color.
Right.
And they're out there hiding in plain sight, and they're more likely to spot you first. So the last couple of weeks, you may have seen people being pulled over. Pictures on social media that claim to show a semi truck belonging to the Tennessee. Oh, this is a Tennessee Highway Patrol making a traffic stop. As with most things on the internet, though, the pictures only tell half the story. While the Tennessee Highway Patrol does indeed use a semi to patrol trucking corridors, it never uses the truck to make traffic stops. It's their comrades in the Florida Highway Patrol that do. They use a fleet of 3 such trucks to snitch out bad drivers and pull them aside, pull them over with these big giant trucks that get loaded up with the blue lights and everything.
That's crazy.
It's the last thing you'd expect was one of those
semi-truck.
Semi-trucks. They first dressed these semis back in 2014 when it was repurposed for the Florida Department of Transportation. But since then, of course, they started being used as radio driving violations. In other words, they would text or call a cruiser and have them come in and get an aggressive driver. But now the tractor trailers are actually going after the drivers that are speeding or doing whatever other infractions there are. You know what I mean? So what's the matter, Mike?
I'm just trying to see how do they shift? They must be automatics.
Can you find that, Jesse? Did
Right.
you already do it?
Because
okay.
those trucks got to be what? What are they? 15 speed? The trucks? The
I have no
semi-trucks?
idea. Well, here it is, Florida
Right?
Pirate. Yeah, there it is. Semi-truck. Yeah, I don't think I think if you scroll down, they show a photo of it. Further down.
No,
That's the same place they got the
It
article.
says that they just primarily
wait,
use it for
here it is.
spotting.
There they are.
Spotting? Oh,
Yeah, no,
okay.
they were used for spotting, but now they're actually pulling people over.
Oh, look at that thing.
Yeah, there it is they pull people over.
That's crazy.
A tractor trailer in the State Patrol livery would be the most conspicuous vehicle on the road, but the troopers who operate them report it's anything but that. FHP's Office of Commercial Vehicles Enforcement has 3 marked semi-trucks, and the semi-trucks are used to various capacities, including traffic enforcement.
Right.
So there you go. These semi-trucks are properly equipped to initiate a traffic stop. However, they are used primarily for spotting, like Todd just said. So, but they will pull you over if you see you, if they catch you.
Catch me if you can, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, a semi-truck. That's crazy. And
So,
they're pulling cars over, you said, right?
Yeah, they're pulling
Wow.
over whoever. So there you go.
All right.
So, Mike, what do you got for? You got some tech talk. I asked you to pull up some.
I pulled out a
because
couple things,
I,
but I'll talk about the car shows first because
Okay,
we
good.
got
Yeah, we
plenty
have
of
a lot
time.
of time. Yeah.
They're having a Father's Day car and truck show at Dunkin' Donuts Beachside on Saturday, June 15th. That's this
Oh,
weekend.
great. Dunkin' Donuts.
Yep, Dunkin' Donuts, 1220 North A1A in the Atlantic. That's from 8 to 12.
Last time I missed it, it was too hot, and I wanted to bring the dog. Now I'll go to this one for sure.
Yeah, so you figure there'll be over 100 cars. There usually is.
Yeah.
Then we talked about it earlier, the Barefoot by the Lake car show, June 23rd.
Right.
625 Barefoot Boulevard in Barefoot Bay, right off the US 1.
Yeah, you can't miss that. You go into Barefoot Bay, you go down like a mile, and on the left you'll see the big lake as you're coming up, and then you'll see all the cars right on the side of Barefoot Boulevard. You can't miss it.
Yeah, registration starts at 8. You pre-register, it's $20. It's $25 the day of the show. And it's from 11 to 3. They'll have awards, food, music, family day. They usually have vendors up there.
Yeah.
Just if you need any more information, just email cvobarefootbay@gmail.com and they'll give you all the information on that. All right. And then the 9th annual Burgers and Brews. You guys ever go to this? It's the 9th one at the Riverside Park?
No, it was the first I heard of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I've
I
seen
think
the
it's the
flyer.
first time
I've
they've
seen
had a car show.
Yeah, first time they had a car show, yeah.
Yeah.
We did the
That's-
Burgers and Brews. It's the same thing as the Beer and Wing Fest.
Yeah,
That's
they had
pretty good.
Beer and Wing Fest, I remember they had that. And this is Saturday, June 29th at the Under the Oaks at Riverside Park. 3280 Riverside Park Drive, Vero, 11 to 4. Best Burger in Indian River County competition, kids games, adult games, craft beer, vendors, live music, VIP lounge. Pre-register is $20. Day of event is $25. If you need more information on that, you could call 772-770-740, extension 204. And that's on that one. And it's against United Against Poverty. It's going to raise money for poverty.
Right.
And then I got this one. This is your friend, right, Steve? 3rd Annual Henry Dana Memorial Car Show.
Yep.
October 9th, 2024. That's October 19th. Sorry about that. That's from 10 to 3, and that's at 31 Piazza Drive at Port St. Lucie, Florida. And you guys usually go to that, right?
Yep.
You could email them at the www.henrydanafoundation.com for all the information. Or you could call Melissa Wise at 772-332-4585.
There you go.
And that's the car shows.
Let's not forget Billy DeArton's gathering every Saturday night at Oslo and US 1 McDonald's
yep.
right down there at in South Vero.
Right, and then they got the 2nd and 4th Wednesday in Sebastian. Is Five Guys. No, Five Guys.
Right, I'm sorry.
Five Guys in Sebastian. You got
Yeah.
Tuesday nights at the Sandwich Shack in Sebastian. Thursday at Burger King in Sebastian. And what else we got here? Third Monday is the TA truck stop, State Road 60 in Vero.
Do you know
Vero
if that's
95.
being attended by anyone? Is anyone going
I
to
think
that?
it's still going on.
Really?
Yep. And then the Vero Vintage Volkswagen's monthly meeting is from 5 to 8. That's at the Walking Tree Brewery.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
also on the third Monday.
Okay.
Or no, third Tuesday, sorry. What else we got? First Friday is the Brass Monkey Sports and Bar Grill from 5 to 8. And that's at 7781 Lake Worth Road, Lake Worth, Florida. I guess that's all from Phil from the AACA that does that one.
Yeah.
Second Saturday's breakfast at C.W. Willis Farms, Oslo Road in Vero Beach, hosted by the AACA. That's the second Saturday breakfast.
Where is that?
C.W. Willis Farm. That's on Oslo Road.
Yeah.
Right off US 1, little, I guess, west. That's in
Heading
Vero.
west?
Heading west, that's in Vero.
I've never seen it. What is,
we had a car show there, right?
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we had a car show there a couple of times, and
Really?
they have a good breakfast spot there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have breakfast right at the thing there.
Is that a new place?
No, it's been around for a while.
Couple
I think I don't know how long ago he opened up the restaurant, but the restaurant's right on the property there.
I know another restaurant just moved in there.
That's not
on
Cafe
Sunday.
66, is it?
No, that's on
Another
27th
one.
Avenue.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
I mean, on US 1.
on US 1, right.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay.
Okay, this is of Oslo.
Right, and then the fourth Saturday, they have breakfast at CJ Cannon's at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's hosted by the AACA.
Wow.
So that's all the car shows.
Still quite a bit going on then, really. It's not too bad
and
at
it's
all.
getting warm. Who wants to sit in the parking lot?
That's
It's
true.
hot
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, does breakfast, cars and coffee is a great idea this time of year.
Yeah.
You get in there early, you have your car, you have coffee, donuts, everyone
Right.
talks. It's getting hotter and hotter, and then everybody heads out of there like 10 o'clock when the sun really starts
Yeah, and
to
they still have
heat up the parking
they
lot.
still have cars and coffee at AutoZone and Sebastian on the second and fourth Saturday.
Wow.
So
I hope everyone listening wrote this all down.
write it all down, or
Have
just
your
listen,
pens next
listen to the
week.
show again.
Oh, yeah,
Mike's
listen to
gonna
the show
repeat
on
it.
Saturday.
I'm going to read the Constitution next week.
All right, what do you say we take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll do some tech talk.
Yeah, we only got
Very
a couple.
good. Yeah,
So,
we'll be right back.
all right.
Hi, I'm Joe Scazzari, owner and operator of Scazzari Roof Services Contracting and Consulting. Scazzari manufactures its own standing seam metal roofs in a heavy-duty 24-gauge up and down the Treasure Coast, using only U.S. steel. Only need a repair? Repairs are guaranteed for 3 years. We can do that because we go in your attic, find the leak, see where it is, go out onto your roof, open that area, and repair the leak once, and that's the end of it. Don't be sorry, call Scazzari.
Enjoy Riverside Theater's Comedy Zone, where the comedy is wild, untamed, and downright hilarious. Come out this Friday and Saturday night at 6 and 8 p.m. for the Treasure Coast's best live stand-up comedy show, featuring nationally recognized comedians with cabaret-style seating and food and drink table service. Warning, you may laugh until it hurts. Kickstart your evening with live entertainment, food, and drinks at Live in the Loop. Buy tickets at riversidetheater.com and get ready for a night of non-stop laughs.
Everyone's talking about mental health, but if you needed help, would you know where to turn? If you need help, start here. The Mental Health Collaborative. It's a central resource provider that will make it easier to get the help you need. MHC will make appointments with professionals for you. Simply provide them with your insurance information and the services you need. Make the call to them so they can make the calls for you. The Mental Health Collaborative of Indian River County. Reach out at mhcollaborative.org.
Have you ever wanted your carpets or area rugs cleaned, but you just didn't want to deal with the noise, the wet carpet, and that long dry time? And what happens to all that wet stuff underneath the carpet? Ew! Well, Heaven's Best Carpet Cleaning solves all that with their guaranteed 1-hour dry time. Their low moisture process dries fast, smells great, and it's safe for your kids and pets too. And guess what? They also clean sofas, love seats, chairs, and recliners. Heaven's Best serves all of Indian River County and Barefoot Bay. They're bonded and insured, and your results are guaranteed. Don't put it off any longer. Grab your phone and call Keith at Heaven's Best, 772-643-6999. You'll be thrilled with the results. 772-643-6999. 643-6999.
Yep. Stand by for this. Welcome back to America. Classic car radio. You know something? If I
See, you try to make funny, made a joke, and you almost gave the wrong radio show.
I know. The startup was good, and then I blew it because I'm just rolling into the next part of the show, and I'm not thinking. And I did it for 8 years, American Car Classics.
Right.
And now it's Classic Car Radio, which is really creative, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
But no, it is not. It's the stupidest name ever. But we'll go with it. Look at you. Wow, what the hell?
Come on, it works.
It's just, it's so plain.
I know, right away. He doesn't like the name of the show.
No, it's like there's no imagination. It should have been
What is the name of this show?
Classic Car Radio.
It should have been like Byron's Classic Cars or something.
No.
I wouldn't even care.
I
wouldn't even care.
He don't even want to work on anyone's cars anymore.
All right,
He's done.
All right, Steve's Classic Cars.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, everyone, welcome to Steve's Classic Car Show.
We all got to wear shirts that say Steve's
on it now, yeah.
We have
That's
to,
a sign to get the hell out.
We're trying to get, can't even get a shirt from the guy.
Yeah.
I got plenty of shirts.
Okay, so anyway, you got some TikTok questions because I get out of work late and I couldn't finish the whole show.
I got a few. They're going to be pretty easy, though.
Okay.
Simon from Fort PSX. Hey, guys, I noticed when I park my 69 Charger straight, the passenger front wheel seems to be turned to the right while the driver's side is straight. I was told I need a new front end. Should I try to get an alignment first? Thanks in advance. I feel like the mechanic is trying to take advantage of an old man.
Well, yeah, of course he should get it aligned, don't you think?
Well,
think so.
he should try to get it aligned because obviously his mechanic can't do the alignment, so he probably doesn't have an alignment rack.
Yeah.
So I would bring it somewhere and get it aligned. If it's a reputable shop, they'll shake the front end down and check it out.
Right.
And then they'll tell him, and they usually show him, hey, you need ball joints or a tie rod end or control arm bushings or something.
Yeah.
I would
check it out.
Probably a reason why it's that way.
Yeah. I'm saying the same thing.
You know, you could hit something in the road. Like up north, we hit potholes and we would go way out of alignment.
You get a toe out.
Yeah.
Toe
It's kind of
out,
like walking in the dark and hitting your coffee table. And take your pinky toe and
Yeah,
the toe goes out.
The toe goes out.
Yeah.
No, toe in, toe out, and then this negative and
Well, that would
positive
be kicking
camber.
it in. Then your toe would be
Right,
in.
yeah.
Camber in, toe out. That's it.
So he should have it checked for alignment, but the alignment guy won't be able to do the alignment if there's bad parts on the right front.
Right, but hopefully the alignment guy will tell him, hey, you need ball
his tie
joints,
rod,
you
ball
need this,
joint,
you need all that.
He
But
would
like
tell
Steve
him.
said, his mechanic, if he was any good, he could shake it down and tell him he had something wore out.
Right. I guess he just wanted to. I guess the mechanic just said, we're just going to fix the front end for you.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to do that.
Yeah. You can fix something like that by just tightening it up and just eyeballing, and then, it's fine, go, ship it. You know what I mean?
Easy to eyeball it.
I've seen guys do that.
All right. So there you go, Simon. Hey, Jack from Sebastian X. Love the show, guys. I have a 1980 El Camino with a 385 small block. It is a non-AC car, and due to a bad door in the heater box, the heat is on all the time. Question is, I was going to get a non-bypass shutoff valve to put in the inlet hose to the heater core. Will this cause any engine cooling issues, or should I just loop it? Living in Florida, I don't need the heat.
No, it won't hurt anything to put a shut off in there.
Yeah.
A shutoff valve?
Yeah.
I know.
Most cars, it won't. You just got to watch some of your the Gen 6 big blocks and stuff you got to watch out for.
That would overheat if it doesn't go through it.
What year is it?
He just said 1980 El Camino with a 385 small block Chevy.
385.
Yeah.
So it's
It must be
383
with bored out or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
I was like, what engine? What engine?
Yeah. And then, of course.
Is that all we get to talk
No,
about?
I got one another.
No, we got a Pontiac.
I got a Pontiac question.
All right, let's go. Pontiac. Yay, Pontiac. Yay.
I'm going on strike.
Dan from Vero Beach X. I have a 400 Pontiac in my Firebird. I just changed the intake manifold, but it's leaking where the manifold hits the water pump. Is there a gasket that goes there, or do I tighten the water pump and or intake manifold?
That's the price you pay for owning a Pontiac.
No, there's a gasket there. Water pump to block?
Water pump to block.
Yeah, there's a gasket
No,
there.
it's the intake manifold to the water pump.
Oh, I see.
The intake goes to the water pump?
On a Pontiac, it does. In fact, I had a look at the Pontiac that I have. There's actually a bolt that's on the outside of the water pump that when you put the intake manifold on, you keep those bolts loose, and there's a grommet that goes into the manifold that goes out of the intake manifold into the water pump, and you tighten this bolt, and that brings the intake manifold towards the water
Straight
pump.
in, right?
That seals it, and then you tighten down your manifold bolts.
Wow.
Only Pontiac.
Only Pontiac
come up
does
with
that.
Some
Crazy.
Those are the engineers you want to beat with a bat.
Right.
Huh.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, when you put an intake manifold on,
Pontiac's
you
no longer in business.
Nothing wrong from that. That comes from a carpet cleaner.
Yeah, boy.
So
I've never done a water pump in my life before.
But yeah, I had no idea until I looked at the Pontiac in the garage, I saw the bolt, and it actually brings the intake manifold towards the water pump, and there's a little rubber grommet in there that seals it so you don't get a leak.
Right.
It's like the Fords with the 3.5s. They put the water pump in the timing chain internally in the motor, so when the water pump goes, it throws all the coolant and the oil.
Really?
Really?
And that just pretty much destroys the engine then, right?
Yeah.
What is that? What car is that? What kind?
Fords. I think it's a 3.5. Yeah.
3.5 liter?
You know, the 400 and the 455 and probably the 428 and they all, the 421 as well, they all have an overheating problem.
Uh-huh.
Even some guy, if you get an older Pontiac with any of those engines, you need a 4-core aluminum radiator usually to make it cool properly. The impellers in those Pontiac, those water pumps, they're just not angled enough.
Right.
They're like really almost flat. They're stupid. And you wouldn't believe this, like a 98-page response at a forum at like Performance Years.
Right.
It's a Pontiac forum on online, not on Facebook. And there's 90, probably more than that now, probably over 120 of all these guys asking questions, other guys answering. You got to do this. I mean, you got to take that water pump apart and actually try to bend the impellers a little bit, every one of them equally.
Really?
And now some aftermarket guys are giving you the impellers that are a little more aggressive. But the problem, and I had that in my 72. I couldn't keep it cool. I had to.
Pontiacs.
Yeah, Pontiacs. Really? The one that I have has almost like a moonshine thumper keg that they put the fuel through.
Yeah.
With ice in it,
right? That
goes to cool the fuel down as it's going into the carburetor.
Yeah,
it's like the moonshine thumper keg right in the front of the engine.
Yeah,
I've never seen this before. This stuff.
But what I did on the GTO, and we're getting limited. I just got two electric fans, and I mounted them on the front, blowing in. So when I got into traffic, I would just flip it on. Stop and go traffic in Virginia. I had it there for many years, and I would just turn the fans on to keep it cooler.
Yeah, but even the Fords, like Steve said, the Fords do the same thing. They all heat up. The AMC does that. The AMX
does
heats
it really?
Up. Yep.
Does it?
Even with the aluminum radiator, they all heat up. I put water wetter in it. Actually helped it a little bit better.
The Chevrolets, they don't do it though, do they?
No. Mine big block Chevy never heated up, man. I in this 100-degree weather, I'd be running at 160 every day.
Nice.
In the Chevelle.
Wonder why Pontiac just didn't copy Chevrolet and fix that problem.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
mean, they was having it new.
It runs cool.
Runs cool, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure your Chevelles run cool, right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why didn't they just fix that problem? They let it go.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's the Pontiac engine question that we answered for today.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
so listen, after this whole show was about Pontiac, we're just about done with Pontiac.
I don't.
Yeah, there's a lot of Pontiacs.
If we ever talk about Pontiac
all right, Pontiacs.
All right.
Free hot dogs for everybody.
Free hot dogs. There we go. All right, we're out of here. Okay. Put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, thanks for listening. We are out of here.
See ya.